welcome back to my channel. I am in a different environment place. If you haven't seen my last video, I'll add it to like the cards above, but I've moved into my uni halls, so I'm in a completely different space to my old videos. But for today's video we're going to be talking about I don't even know what I want to name this, but like I'm just doing like a what people don't realize happen after brain surgery kind of video. I thought it would be quite interesting just to see like my take on it, because obviously everyone's experience is going to be different. But if you're about to have surgery or have already had it, I thought it'd be interesting to know what happened to me after my surgery. So I've just written like a whole list of things that happened to me after surgery. So I did have my like year anniversary, if you want to call it, like 2 weeks ago or a week ago or something, which was really cool. It's just crazy to look how far I've come. So yeah, let's just get started and talk about everything. First thing is like waking up. So basically the nurses come to you first, and then they just see if everything's okay, and then the surgeons or the surgeon that you had will come out and check like if you can talk, if you can just do all of the stuff that you could do before, afterwards, which obviously I couldn't. My speech was impaired, I guess. Then they had to find out how they were gonna fix that, but at the time I was like so loopy that I didn't really care what was going on, and I didn't even really have that big of a it wasn't really scary for me that like my speech had gone. For some reason I wasn't even scared. It's weird because like now I still struggle with it slightly, but a couple weeks into like my recovery it got really challenging. Another thing was like light. For me, light was really bright and hurt my eyes a lot, and it kind of made me like have blurry vision. Like when I would go outside, the light would just, I just couldn't really see that well, compared to being in like a dark space. So that was kind of like for the first 2 weeks I'd say the light was really sore. I couldn't like look up. As soon as I went outside I'd have to like walk like this, which was pretty crazy. A lot of people had asked if I was awake in my surgery, and no, I wasn't. I had a craniology, I don't really know, you can like look it up, but yeah, I wasn't awake. There is types of surgeries for the brain surgery that you are awake. I've seen videos of people like playing instruments, but no, I wasn't awake. Another thing was not being able to read and write when I first woke up. Writing was really hard. I wasn't like I couldn't write everything, it was just certain things. I was kind of not really good, but like pretty good at spelling before, and now spelling is quite hard for me. We just had my musical theatre theory class. I was writing down notes, and there's certain things the lecturer was saying and I just couldn't like write it down what he was like saying properly. Like obviously looking back at it I'll be able to like look it up and rewrite it, but like at the time it's like annoying not being able to fully know how to spell it, which is annoying. Reading was slightly better. I could kind of read, but still looking back at it, actually I remember I got my first food like just to order what I wanted for the next day. I couldn't read it, so I ticked random things. It was a practice nurse, like one that was just training, and the next day she came up to me and apologized because she didn't realize that I couldn't read, but at the time I didn't really realize I couldn't either. So I did not know what I was going to be having for dinner the next day because I couldn't quite read it. But reading came a lot faster than writing, I think, for me. Maybe like a couple months reading was a lot better. Everything is a lot slower, so like just speaking and walking, showers, I had to like be given showers from the nurses when I was in hospital, and then when I was out from my family members. My sister did it for the first week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. So just everything in general is just slower. Numbness, I had numbness like all on my left side, and I didn't really know if that was gonna stay forever. I think it took about like 3 months for it to like go away. I still am like numb right where my scar is, but other than that, like it's not numb anymore. This would be different for everyone. Mine tumour didn't all come out because of the type of tumour it was diffused, so it went into the tissues of around my brain. I don't really know the details, but I still have like, I don't know how much percent, I'm gonna say like 5% of it left. So I have to have regular checkups, which may mean for some people you might have to have radiation and chemo straight after surgery. I don't need it straight after, but eventually I could need it, but they're just monitoring it at the moment. Basically, this is for people that haven't had their surgery yet, is just knowing that things can go wrong. For me, it was the speech. I did know that some of my speech could go wrong, but what did go wrong wasn't meant to happen at all. He still doesn't really know why it happened, but it happened. He didn't know if it was gonna come back or not, or I was gonna be not being able to know my family's name forever, but it did come back. I say maybe 3 to 4 months, most of it had come back. From there on it got better, but even now it's still not 100%. Like some days are worse than others, I think, and it is when I'm like in pressured situations, it can be quite bad. Like the other day we were doing speed charades and acting, and it had the letter I in it, and I was trying to like go down the alphabet to find the letter I, and I went down the alphabet twice and I'd said I, but like my brain just couldn't process it, and I just didn't know where it was. Or like, just, I don't know, it was so weird. Like I just couldn't think of where it was in the alphabet, and even though I'd been through it and said it, I didn't know I'd done it. I don't know. That, and then my eyes, obviously I have some of my peripheral vision that's gone. Luckily I can drive at the moment, but I still have to get checked up. If you guys have gone back to my videos, I wasn't allowed to drive for 6 months, and then I found out that my peripheral vision meant I probably would never be able to drive, which was really, really hard on me. I remember this one time seeing my surgeon, he told me that, and I just broke down and cried, because I think just driving is just such a big, it just takes away your freedom, I guess, if you can't drive by yourself. So that was kind of big. Luckily I passed my test and I can, but I have to get checked up again in September with another test to check it. So fingers crossed. And then I had speech therapy because of obviously my speech. So I went to a specialist for my speech therapy. I think I just struggled because like it was really bad at the start, and then it started to get better, and so I thought that like I was kind of taking up her time, which I think is a big thing about not worrying that you are better off than other people in something that you're getting treatment for, because everyone's in different stages. And I quit going to my therapist because I thought I didn't need it, but even now there's times where I wish I could still go see someone even though it's not that bad. But it would be nice just to like get checked up every now and then, but that's just my own fault being stupid and just being like, oh, I don't need it. Another thing that I did right at the start, I would go on YouTube and literally look up baby videos of showing fruits and animals, and like the animals would come out and then I'd have to name it, and I would get like 2 out of 10 right. That's like how bad it was at the start, which was really, really frustrating for me. I didn't know if it was going to get better at all, but I think like as I said before, majority of it came back within like 3 to 4 months. Sometimes I can sense people around me like being like why can't you like think of what you want to say if they don't know it, but like there's no point me like saying my story to every single person, and it's probably, they're not even thinking that, it's probably just me being like dramatic and like insecure and everything. But I think if you get offered the chance to have speech therapy, like do it, even if you don't think you need it. Yeah, okay, enough about that. Pushing yourself too early, this was a big thing for me. I really pushed myself way too early. I went and did exercise probably a week afterwards, like on our treadmill. I could only do like 2 minutes. After 2 minutes my brain would be throbbing and it hurt so bad, and I just continued to do it. Looking back at it, I mean, I could be in a better situation now if I hadn't done that, because my brain was healing and I needed to give it time to heal. But I was in that mode where I was like, I don't want to be sitting around doing nothing, I just want to be, you know, doing what I did before. So that was really stupid of me. Also another thing is going out too long. Would go out and like go to the shops and stuff, and I just got really, it just got too much. People talking, all being in the same area. It was really overwhelming for the first month, I'd say. So I would say try and stay home for as long as you can. Obviously going out a little bit every now and then, but just easing into it would be the best thing. Not just, I remember this one time I went out with my sister to the shops, I think it was maybe 2 weeks afterwards, and I got there, I thought I was gonna be fine. I walked around for 5 minutes and I was just like, I need to go. Like, I really just like need to go. And people in general, not having too many people come and see you at once, because that was a big thing. Sleep schedule. So my sleep schedule was really, obviously you've just had brain surgery, so you're gonna need to sleep a lot. I slept a lot. I couldn't sleep on that side at night time because it hurt really bad. I would get like really sore at night time. During the day I wasn't as bad, but at night time the pain was really bad, so I slept more during the day than I did at night time. I obviously was on like drugs and stuff, but I was just really sore. Googling symptoms is something that you should not do, but I feel like everyone does that. But I would just Google everything and then just get scared, because I'm like, oh my god, this person had surgery and 2 years later she's had to have another surgery. Like, whatever happens to me? Everyone is different, so you just gotta realize that there's no one way of a certain brain tumor and what's gonna happen in 2 years time, 3 years time. You just kind of have to go with life and not worry about if it's gonna come back, if it's gonna grow, if it's gonna, I don't know, get aggressive or whatever. You just kind of have to be like, this is what I'm dealing with, and move on with your life and just do what's making you happy, which I'm really excited for this year. It's kind of like, life is what it is and you just gotta make it what you want to make it and just not worry about the negative stuff. I wrote something about peeing. I literally spoke peeing wrong in me writing this. This is just me right now. Peeing was like really weird for the first week. I don't know if this is like too much information, but because when you were having surgery, obviously I had it for like 6 hours. I had like a tube, and then when I came out it really hurt and I felt like I was never actually peeing, but I was. Like, I felt like I was always needing to pee. I don't know if it was like placed in wrong. Really hurt. And then after, like, when I got back from hospital, I just like couldn't really pee. I would like pee literally every 5 minutes, but like tiny little bits. I don't know, it was so weird. Anyways, that's just something that happened to me. I don't know if that will happen to anyone, but again, the pain is very painful for the first like month, just throbbing and stuff like that, but it is less painful than what I thought it was going to be. But obviously that's gonna be different to everyone, because I've read things that some people just could not get out of bed for like 2 months, whereas I, as you can see in my surgery video, which I'll link up down below, I got up out of bed the next day. So just like, it just depends on person to person. Mine wasn't, it was still very painful, but wasn't what I expected, because obviously don't Google, but I googled before, and some people couldn't get out of bed for 2 months. I ate everything. I'm not even kidding, everything for about 2 weeks. Like, anything I saw was in my mouth, and then I was just hungry for more. But that was because I was on steroids, and steroids make you really hungry. Oh, okay, so we're gonna like track forward to my scar removal, which was about, I think it was 2 weeks afterwards, maybe a bit longer. A lot of people said it hurt, but mine didn't hurt. So yeah, I just went to the nurse at my local doctor's and got them removed. Like my hair and everything now. So this is how long my hair is now, which is so crazy. So this is about a year's worth of growth from being completely shaven down to here. And you can't really see my scars at all, but you can feel like my plates in there, kind of. I don't know, sometimes I'm like, do I or can I? But I think I can. The side is real smooth, so I think I can feel my plates, but like, I haven't like said to my surgeon, is this where my plates were put? But work, I couldn't work for 3 months. I think it all depends on your surgeon, whatever he thinks, but my surgeon said 3 months, and I went back to work straight away. Eye seizures. Seizures are something that can happen when you've had brain surgery, and that's why you have steroids to help prevent it. But I had what my surgeon thinks was eye seizures, which basically it happened both times at, I think twice at Calton, and then once just normal, like in my room or something at home. Completely couldn't see out of like basically my whole vision. There was only like, I think there was like a slight bit on this side that I could see. Everything else was like blank, and that happened about 3 times. He thinks it was eye seizures or otherwise really bad migraines. He's not 100% sure, because obviously there's no point doing like tests on it or anything, because it only happened a couple times. But that is something that could happen, or just normal seizures are something that is quite common after brain surgery. Okay, so how long I was in hospital for? I was in hospital for 3 to 4 days, which for me, like, I think is actually really short, but when I was in there felt like forever. But like if I think of someone that has brain surgery, you think like, wow, they've been there for like 2 weeks or a month, like a crazy long amount. But yeah, I was only in there for like, I think it was 3 days, not even 4 days. Again, it depends on what's happened with the surgery and like how well it's gone, or just how well your body is, because obviously not many young people do have brain tumours, so it's usually older people that are recovering, so obviously it takes them a lot longer to recover. Yeah, for me it was like 3 to 4 days, but can be anything. And now I'm kind of just going to finish off with my recovery time and how I am through each month. So I'm going to say like for the first month I was basically still fresh out of surgery. Speech was really bad, reading, the pain was still really bad, being out in public with people was still quite hard. I didn't want to see a lot of people because noise was just really confronting to me, and just made me go like, oh, I just needed to not be around too many people. For the first month I like would request not to have that many people come around. Not that I didn't want people to come around, it was just that it was just really too much for me. And then about 2 months I was probably getting to being kind of normal in my habits and daily living. Still the speech and reading and probably like exercise I still couldn't do too much, but my normal habits were kind of coming back. And then at 3 months I could go back to work. Still my speech was kind of bad, it was getting slightly better. And then from 3 to 6 months was where I think my biggest progress was, so my speech had improved a lot. And then I had my MRI, my 6-month MRI, which came out like nothing had changed, which was great. I was seeing my speech therapist, but I was getting just like a lot more better. And I was at that point in Australia traveling. I was working over there, so obviously that helped, I think, boost everything a lot as well, just because I was focused on something else and didn't have to focus on, you know, everything. So, and then 6 to 9 months I'd say I was practically pretty much back to normal. It's just more the speech every now and then. And then 9 to 12 months, yeah, the same probably. And then just the speech is still every now and then. And then to now, I'm obviously in another city. I'm in the South Island now. I do still get scared that like it's gonna come back and increase and everything, but I think I'm just focused on what I'm doing, and the speech is still hard for me and is an insecurity of mine, just because when I'm meeting someone new, I think the last couple of weeks has been a big thing for me, meeting new people and then noticing my speech, because I'm nervous meeting new people, so my speech gets really bad when I'm in, you know, anxious situations. So trying to control that on my own, because I'm not with my family to help me, because I'm kind of forcing myself to really learn quickly on just speech in general. I think that's kind of everything. There's probably things I've missed. I really hope I haven't. I'll link some other videos and some websites that I think helped me if there's stuff that I've missed, so if you want to look at more I'll link it all down below so that you can see it. But hope you guys liked today's video. Make sure you subscribe if you want to keep up to date with everything, and check out my Instagram, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.